What is going on, people? I am the Broken Puppet, and today I'm going to be looking at some questionable tattoos. This isn't to slay anyone, isn't to put anyone down. Hopefully, to give a little bit of advice and kind of help you guys realize what to do, what to avoid, or just kind of what you could maybe do in the situation. Like I said, I have no idea what's coming. My guys put these out for me, so I'm going to have a look, and yeah. Should we dive straight into this, people? Well, here is number one. Oof. Right, okay. Right. Portraits ain't easy, people. Portraits are very hard, and they're not something you should jump straight into, especially if you can't draw it on paper. Now, when you tattoo, you do have to go darker so the tattoos heat up lighter. But this is not going to be the case. That's going to come out way too dark as that heals, and that is just not going to look right, and I have no idea what's going on with the colour underneath it. That's a bit random. But yeah, people, when it comes to portraits, don't rush into portraits. When you start a career, if you're not used to portraits, if you're not grown up doing realistic stuff, it's very, very different to normal tattooing. It's not the same thing. And yeah, this is kind of what happens sometimes if you don't really know what you're doing. It's very easy to get carried away, get nervous, carry on shading and shading and shading and shading and shading and shading and shading. So yeah, try to take a step back. You know, you got fake skin, all this other stuff. You can practice a million times before you have to hit real skin with this kind of stuff. Because if you don't, this is what can happen. And unfortunately, this person's going to be left with a horrendous portrait that's going to be extremely hard to fix. I mean, that's definitely going to need laser to lighten it up, because it's going to be really tough to lighten up otherwise. That's number one. So with that being said, should we jump on to number two? Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got video. Oh, that makes my head hurt. No. That's not how stencil works. Oh. Like I said, it's not to shame anyone, but, you know, if you're at a stage and that's what you're thinking is how it works, no gloves, tattooing through the stencil, you're not ready for tattooing. There's a lot of education, a lot of stuff which goes, yeah, in the tattooing, it's a long thing. Like, apprenticeships ain't quick. I suppose there's a lot of information to digest and learn. This is someone who clearly hasn't taken time to do any of that. He has no idea what they're doing. Like I said, it's like no gloves. You can see the inks on their hands, and you're tattooing through a stent. And I'm not trying to shame people. You know, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just this. This is a hard one to wrap your head around. Why would you tattoo through the paper? Common sense ain't common these days, I guess. So Jesus Christ, yeah, that's the second one, people. Right, so there we look at number three. It speaks about memories. I didn't do this one. No. I was a Power Rangers fan as a kid. I liked my Power Rangers. The Power Rangers more for the hand sounds cool. Hands are a hard place to tattoo. There's a whole different technique. A lot of things don't work. Like, I mean, that looks rough as it is, but as that heals, half that's going to fall off, otherwise it's going to blow out. You know, it takes a right technique and a right specialist to do a hand tattoo. You know, the hand's very different, the way it takes. You know, like, you have to sort of use like, more like a sort of like a dotty kind of plucking technique sometimes. It sounds a bit weird kind of describe it, that's the way I kind of find it. And yeah, it quite limited. Like, you can't tattoo them the same way you normally do. Like, just normal shading and stuff doesn't work. You know, there are some people who kind of do it, but there's a very special technique they use, which isn't easy. And there are people who basically do it day in, day out, just in palms and nothing else, pretty much. So, yeah, for the love of God, people, don't attempt something like this on a hand. You're setting yourself up for failure, especially when done this way. One of you's tried stenciling that or not? Because it's all over the place. So just, and that's a crazy one to try and freehand, Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's going to need to morph into something else, I think. They're definitely going to need some laser, and that's going to hurt. Laser on the hand is going to really hurt. That's a really sensitive area. I mean, just get a tattoo alone, that is a really painful spot. I don't know, do I have tattooed people, and if you have a shot when we do, you know, it's not an easy spot for people. That must have hurt. So yeah, people, just avoid the hand unless you're sort of like more trained or you've been taught properly by it. You know, you need someone to teach you that. You know, like if you're a tattooist and you want to start doing hands, maybe take a little bit of a seminar from somebody who's a hand specialist, or just get some really information from people you are. And like I said, like, you got fake skin and stuff. I know it's not the same thing as real life tattooing, especially with the hands, you know, but like, it takes a lot to be able to do a hand tattoo, and that's not how you do it. So, yeah, let's go on to the next one. Oh, well, it has covered it. It has covered, but there's a lot. Oh, it makes me feel kind of old. Because when I first started tattooing, like these kind of clouds were actually quite popular. The amount of times we would get like sleeves, you'll get a few things, and then just the entire arm would just be full up of this stuff. It was very, very popular when I first started. God knows why. But people seem to love it. I guess there's a few footballers around the time that kind of got it done, and a lot of people kind of just copied it from there. When I say footballers, I mean a few American soccer players, you know. But yeah, it was very popular. There was a few people, and it was just an easy way to fill in background. But this is not how you do it. In these kind of rows and this kind of, you don't need to cover your entire chest in clouds. There's a lot of better things you could do. Yeah, so that's a tough one. Yeah, they covered it, but I would recommend something else. That's not what I would. That's not how I would go about it for sure. Not in a million years, but yeah, that's a funny old one. And shall we go on to the last one? Right, so let's have a look. Oh God, I know this one. I've seen this one. This one gives me a headache. Oh, I'm not going to mention names, but there's no justification for that. This is one of those people where it's like a modern art thing. I don't think he classifies himself as a tattooist. Just experimenting on people, but it's just messed up. You know, it's just messing up people's lives. You know, it's. You know, I'm all one for experimentation when it comes to art, but tattooing is not a form to do. It's a permanent thing on the body, and yeah, it's just messed up. It's just repeatedly just doing bad tattoos in unsanitary ways, and the wrong sort of thing. It's just done nothing for a reaction. This is literally just done for social media. It's done to get a reaction, and that's not fair. It's not fair. The person's gonna have to live their entire life with this tattoo now on them. You know, even if they sort of try to get laser removal, it's gonna leave like a scar and stuff, and that's not gonna be nice. But yeah, this kind of person does it all the time. I'm not going to mention names, so I don't want to sort of bring any attention to him. But yeah, this one really annoys me, and yeah, probably going to get a reaction out of him for this. But these kind of people shouldn't be tattooing. You know, like it's one of the things where, you know, anything is art, but anything is really not art, and anything is not fair when it comes to art. Not when it's like this. You know, this isn't right. And yeah, it pretty much does it all the time, and this is the exact kind of stuff that comes out of it. This isn't right. So yeah, do not do that. That's not the way to go about it. The industry doesn't need this. I know he doesn't classify himself as being part in the industry, but yeah, don't do that, people. This is stupid. There's no justification for this. You know, this is just wrong in every sense of tattooing. So yeah, stay away from this kind of stuff, people. So yeah, I got some interesting ones, people. Might have to go through some more, maybe do some ones where I kind of specifically sort of like break down each kind of one and really sort of go into detail on what you could do to maybe avoid it, or like how to improve them. But yeah, let me know what you think. We'd like to see some kind of improvement videos on these, you know, what you should have done, what you shouldn't have done, and go into more detail. But yeah, so it's been fun, it's been a laugh. I hope you like it, people, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.